Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a character guide on King. King is a pretty interesting character, right? I think his biggest flaw is that he's just coming literally at the tail end, right before Shinryu and FR characters come. So I think, like, in general, like, for the era we're in now, he's fine. Like, he does really good damage, he does some cool things, but going into FR, he's definitely not, like, a must-have character. He's not going to serve you as well as, say, a character like Edge, or Realm. You know, some of those characters are really going to help you with turn count. So I would say King is a character that, like, if you really like him, or you're someone like me and you just have like a bajillion resources and you're just summoning to get new characters, like, definitely pick him up. Especially if you're lacking like a range damage dealer. Like, he actually does pretty good damage, which we'll see in the showcase. So let's go ahead, let's look at his artifacts, his spheres, and then we'll jump into the showcase. He's actually a pretty easy character to play, so we'll take a look at that. So for artifacts, I haven't really worked on his yet, but he's kind of standard where you'd want to do like attack 108, max brave 330, or you could do attack 108, and he has one called like buff attack up, which just double, it like buffs his attack even more. So you either go with the double attack passive or the attack and max brave passive, whatever kind of suits your boat there, right? Then on spheres. So we'll go into spheres here. So he is a pretty standard, just like straight up damage dealer, but he is range damage. So for his A slots, do brave damage up, ranged attack. He could be physical attack or regular attack. So you have a lot of options there, right? One that I want to shout out is a very good one for him. I actually didn't have any, but Kane Sphere is really good. It's like a 15% range attack up. It's a pretty beefy one. So if you really like King and you want to go like big time ranged attack, like go with Kane. I actually didn't have any, but like King's own sphere is pretty good. When he breaks, raise his own attack by 8% for 3 turns, and this is the refined version, so the regular version is even stronger. The reason why break spheres are good with King is he does have like rebreak or instant break in his kit, because that's part of how he operates, so you can get away with that. And then Jack is just like a really good generic one because it's got attack and brave damage on it. It's the same way I talk about Rydia's sphere. Rydia is really good because it does both, but Rydia is a weakness damage sphere. So for a non-weakness damage character, I like to go with Jack for that. And then the D slot, very generic. You just want to basically do something that's going to buff party attack. So to me, like Ash and Hope are like my two go-tos. So like if I just have like a generic character, no specific need in the D slot, I usually go with Ash or Hope. Those are my two favorite D slots to use there. So let's go ahead and hop into the showcase. We're going to hop into Irvine's Intersecting Wills. This is naturally a very good stage for King because he is a ranged damage dealer anyways. And then we're going to run Rem in here so we can turn swap and just get a lot of turns with King and kind of show him off. So King does operate a little bit differently. So he's very easy to play, but you have to understand how he works, right? So with King, you want to think of his skill uses actually more like bullets than skill uses. You'll kind of see, we'll show it here, but he does operate a little bit differently as to how his skill uses go, okay? So King has rapid bullets, which is kind of like his just very generic attack. You literally never have to press this button at all, and you'll find out why in a second. The reload button, which is his 35 CP, he has very few skill uses of that, so you want to be careful about when you're doing that, right? The very first thing you want to do, though, is you always want to open LD. So we're going to open up with the LD. Now, what the LD does is it's going to change he's going to get like a brave attack plus attack. He's going to get like a new attack, and that's going to be the main attack you use. The other thing you're going to notice here is when we broke, we got a free turn. So he's basically one of these, like if you do like a break, re-break type deal, he'll get a free turn. Now he's on the free turn, so if he broke again on this turn, he wouldn't get one back to back. But what you do is you break that up with the AA to get an additional free turn, okay? The LD, I believe also instant breaks. Yeah, it unbreaks. And then I believe the reload, the 35, will also unbreak. So that's his two unbreak attacks where he can get that break like instantly if you want it. Now what you're going to notice is double bullet and rapid bullet plus are at 8 skill uses. So you're probably thinking to yourself, this guy's got to have like the most longevity ever. We got all these skill uses, right? But the way you want to think of double bullet and rapid bullet plus, he's actually using up bullets. So every time he uses one of those, it's actually going to use up 2 skill uses, because it's like he's using bullets and then you want to reload the bullets, right? So what you want to do basically is get double bullet up, and that's your main attack. Now, the EX buff is what gives him the free turns on break, so you always want to use the EX when it comes up. His EX actually does do very, very good damage. So it's a good button to press. So he does combo well with like the Bahamut summon, because during Bahamut summon you can just spam that EX and actually get a lot of damage out. I think when I was doing the Lufenia run, I was hitting like 1.2 mils with that. It was pretty good damage, right? Alright, so Rem, let's go ahead and just swap back into King here and get him up right away. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do with King is Rapid Bullets is just basically a single attack. It's a single version double bullet, so you always want to use double bullet because you're getting double attacks. So he's very straightforward. You get double bullet up, and you just keep spamming it. Like, that's it. We're just going to spam that until the EX is up. So yeah, there he did 800k with Splash. Like, that's good damage for just like a button press that he has a lot of skill uses out of, right? So here's what I want to do here. Oh, shoot. Rem's going to break them. I kind of wanted to get them when they were unbroken. But Rem, for sure, because of her follow-up, she's going to break them. So, follow-up characters aren't the best characters to use necessarily with these break-rebreak characters, right? So, Rem maybe wasn't the best choice here. But, hey, we got the EX up. So, let's go ahead and use the EX. So, the EX, basically, it does really good damage, and it gives him that buff that gives him the free additionals, right? So yeah, you can see a lot of damage there. Now, I'll just show you a little trick with King here. I won't be able to do it because I brought like a bunch of follow-up characters, but that's fine. Because, yeah, between Sisney and Rem, like, we're just going to be following up for days. But let's swap back into King here. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, so the LD, basically you just want to watch the LD buff. You only need to, like, refresh the LD when you want to refresh the buff, right? But let me show you reload. So you can see my double bullet, my rapid bullets are at 4. So if I hit reload, what it's going to do, it's going to unbreak, and it's going to reload his bullets. So he's going to do that. We're going to get the instant break. It does okay damage, right? But now if you look, we're going to have the double bullets back at 8, right? Now here's the thing. If you use all of your double bullets up, it like reverts back, but that's fine. Like, as long as the LD buff is up, you can still reload if that double bullet, I tested it out. Like, you can run that double bullet down to 0 and still press reload, and he'll get double bullet back at 8. So you don't have to worry about that. But basically, like the LD here, you would want to refresh, or use it to refresh the buff, right? So I just got my free turn, right? So this is a trick you can do with characters like this is, I'm on the free turn, so if I broke again, I wouldn't get a free turn. But if I interrupt it with an AA, then I can. So I might use the AA here to break up the turn. And then I can go ahead and say use the LD, which is going to be another unbreak. And then now King's going to get another free turn. So you can kind of chain together free turns if you want to. Now in Shinryu, you want to be careful about like using up your skills too fast. And now I got the EX up again. So this is going to do really, really nice damage. But that's basically King. He's really, really basic and super simple, right? So if you like this type of character, or you just want like a strong range damage deal and you don't have one to maybe fulfill an orb, like King definitely could be worth picking up for you. Definitely don't pick him up for like the Lufenia gimmick. So I'm going to do a run on the Lufenia event really quick. Probably right after this video, I'll just record that. But the Lufenia orb specifically says you have to use a skill that recovers at least 2 skill uses. Well, that's super niche and not ever a reason you should summon a character. They're literally, like, King is so basic, they need like an orb to design around him is essentially what that is, right? We'll go ahead and swap into King one more time here, and we'll just take one more turn. But you literally never have to press that 15 CP attack. Like, you just don't ever need to press it. You just always use double bullets because you're getting all the damage out of that, and that's what you do there. So anyways, guys, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. And if you guys like my videos, please feel free if you want to like and subscribe, but I do have a Discord as well. My Discord does cover Dokkan Battle and the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, so if you want to go on there and chat, get ideas for events, how to beat Lufenias, team building, all that stuff, feel free to join us on there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.